Hello everybody, this is Tyler here at the Moore Park City Library, and today I'm going to show you how to make a DIY bird feeder. To make this, we're going to need a plastic bottle, any size will do, a funnel, some bird feed, a wooden skewer or popsicle stick, or really anything that'll go all the way through the bottle. Cutting materials, I like to use a thumbtack. I got a box cutter here, various scissors, and either some string or some twine. I like twine because I think it looks cooler. All right, so to get started, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our bottle and our thumbtack, and I'm gonna poke a hole on either side of our bottle here. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my box cutter and I'm just going to kind of make that hole just a bit bigger on both sides. And I'll take my skewer and just use this to kind of, again, make it a little bit bigger. And then I have these wooden rods. I don't really know what they were for, but I found them and they work. I'm gonna go ahead and poke these guys through here. And this will act as a perch for the little birdies to hang out on. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same thing a couple inches higher. That way, the birds will have two places to hang out. There we go. You could also just use the skewer as the little perch for the birds, but these ones are kind of flimsy, so I'm using these bigger ones. All right, so there we go. They kind of make like a X or a cross pattern on the bottom there. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a couple of holes of maybe about ½ an inch above each perch there. Get this here. And this part can be kind of tricky, so if you have like needle scissors, those are pretty good. Or if you are confident enough with the box cutter, that works. But I'm basically just going to cut out a circle above where my perches are. And you want the circle to be big enough. It doesn't actually have to be a perfect circle, but you want the hole to be big enough for the birds to stick their beaks in, but not so big that you are going to spill out all of your bird seed. There we go. Do one over here. And I'm actually poking several holes here, so it's easier for me to cut with the box cutter. There we go, that'll work. Do a couple up here. This might be a little bit tricky. And when I'm using these little pliers. If you have needle nose pliers, that works as well to get the yank out the plastic that might get caught in there. You're always going to want to cut away from yourself if you're using a box cutter like that. You're also going to need to poke some holes here at the bottom so it can drain if it gets any moisture in there. And I would also suggest letting the bottle dry as much as possible before doing this project. All right. So we're going to poke 2 more holes up top here. Kind of do the same thing we did with our skewers there for our twine. And these can be on the big side. That's okay, because feeding the twine through little holes might be a little bit difficult. This one's giving me a hard time. There we go. Cool. Use my pliers to just kind of pull that hole up there. All right, now before we put our twine in, we're going to take our funnel and fill it with our birdseed of choice. And I do just a little bit at a time so as not to clog up the funnel. And if I do clog it up, I just take one of my skewers and I do that. And some of the smaller pieces are going to fall through. That's all right. All right, so once that's totally full, you're going to take your twine and we're going to feed it through. Cut off a good length there. Tie it up top. Just a simple knot will do. And then you can go hang it from a tree in your backyard or whatever you got. And wait for the birds to come and hang out and eat. Enjoy.